some of the instructions that I gave you prior. Voy a repetir las instrucciones que era una pelea limpia. I want a clean fight. Obedezca mis instrucciones todo el tiempo. Obey my commands at all times. Protégete todo el tiempo. Protect yourself at all times. Trunks are good. Touch them up.
Now for the main event. Tonight's odds are provided by Fox Bet. If you bet $100 on the favorite, that's Julian Williams, you would win $4 on a payout of $104. If you bet $100 on the underdog Rosario, you would win $900 with a payout of $1,000. So Williams is a big favorite in this fight. Julian Williams coming in. Again, expects a hard fight. Says, I know Banana can punch. Banana is Jeison Rosario, who on his part said, hey, if he wants to fight on the inside, if that's the fight he wants, I would love it. I'm not sure about that. He might find out differently, but we're underway here in round number 1.
No, you're right about that, Brian. That's, look, Rosario said he was not going to box, that he was going to come right out after J-Rock, and he's kind of doing it right now. He's holding his ground. He's looking to land something hard right away, and both guys are.
And you can see the Philadelphia pride in that T-shirt that he wore with the Philadelphia champions, Danny Garcia, Tevin Farmer, Stephen Fulton, and his own name, Julian Williams. So a lot of Philadelphia pride here tonight. Again, we spoke about the identity of a Philly fighter. And J-Rock coming in off a spectacular performance, the biggest fight and biggest win of his career.
And J-Rock said he's got, you know, since he's won his championship, he's gotten a lot of love since his comeback. So, and you know, this is important for him, and you know, I think he's gained a lot of respect since winning the championship.
Good right hand straight up the middle from J-Rock. Again, he hasn't fought in Philadelphia since 2011, so it's 8+ years, and obviously now he comes back as the champion of the world. It's a very different feeling, Lennox. You've been through it.
Yeah, and you know, I asked him, you know, how does he feel boxing in front of his home crowd? And he said he hasn't done it for a long time, and he said it won't affect him, and you know, and it shouldn't affect him. He's still focused. He knows what he needs to do, and he's going to do it.
Well, he said that it can get away from you. The tickets, the fans, everyone telling you how great you are. It doesn't appear that that has affected him at all. He's popping out a very nice jab here in round number 1.
Yeah, in the meantime, J-Rock has landed 3 counter right hands over the jab of Jeison Rosario in the first round here already. So he is a slick counter puncher. And if you throw any type of jab that isn't going to get back quick, he's going to counter you on it. He's a tremendous counter puncher. Straight
left and right hand. He's also initiating too, Joe. So he can go either way. He will initiate if the fighter in front of him isn't. Then he trades with another shot there and lands a right hand again on Rosario.
Yeah, wait until J-Rock starts following up that right hand with left uppercuts or liver shots. But right now, as opposed to the fight with Jarrett Hurd, he's backing up, he's boxing, but he's capable of doing this.
Rosario tries a hook of his own, and that landed. Trying to open things up a little bit. Williams looks sharp here in the opening 2 minutes plus of round number 1.
Rosario's yet to land something of any consequence so far.
Yeah, but J-Rock is actually keeping his right hand and blocking that jab very well. And when he blocks it, he's coming back with his own jab and catching Banana.
And you want to know that, Lennox. You have one of the great jabs of all time, baby.
Long, too. Reaching from across the ring. Final seconds here in round number 1. Again, Julian Williams off to a very nice start here in round number 1. Initiating the contact and landing good scoring blows. I mentioned the T-shirt, mentioning the Philadelphia champions. Heidi Androl is with one of them right now. Heidi?
Thank you very much, Brian. That's right, 2-division champ, Philly native Danny Garcia in the house. Watching really closely. I know J-Rock walked out here in a T-shirt sporting your name on it. You got to get yourself one of those, hey?
I told him I needed one. I never got it yet, but I'm here supporting him, and so far, so good. He's looking great out there.
You know, you have a big fight coming up this Saturday night in Brooklyn. Ivan Redkach, how you feeling coming into this one?
Oh, I feel great. You know, my weight is down. I had a tremendous camp. I did everything I had to do. We're not taking him lightly. We're treating this like a big fight like it is. Every time Danny Garcia steps in the ring, it's the Danny Garcia show. It's a big fight. It's going to be a great night in Brooklyn. Make sure everyone comes out because I'm going to give all the fans what they want, a knockout.
We're looking forward to that. I heard you conversing with Lennox Lewis earlier about Philly cheesesteaks. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to eat any of those this week, huh?
Yeah, I'm a dreamer about a few, so I'll get a few when I'm done the fight.
In terms of 2020, after this fight, should you get through it, what looks ahead for you?
You know, we got to get past Redkach first. I know he's hungry and he's ready, but we want the big names, Manny Pacquiao or Errol Spence.
Do you have a preference, and have you heard anything?
I haven't heard nothing yet. because I have to get past this fight. But it was supposed to happen this fight, so I'm pretty sure it could be made next.
Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, which one's your preference?
Either or. Either or. I'm ready. Just after this fight, send me the contract and let's get it on.
All right, we love it. Thank you, as always, Danny Garcia, Brian. Guys, back to you.
Heidi, thank you very much. Look, he was supposed to fight Errol Spence before Errol had a car accident. Single car accident. So Danny always willing to get in with the best. And I mentioned Julian Williams, a consensus #1 fighter at 154 pounds. Garcia was the junior welterweight champion of the world. Williams here, opening up here, round number 2. And looking sharp already. I tell you, he's very active, Joe, right from the get-go.
Let me just tell you something. You're 100% right. And just to address what Lennox said, boy, that's a nice, another great counter right hand by Williams. But, man, he really does parry that jab well, and then he'll make a slip off of that and look for something else off the slip. So he's such a technically sound fighter, man. I love the guy. But let me tell you something, if I might. Rosario is looking for some counter shots here. And he looks pretty darn determined tonight. So if he lands a couple good shots, we might have a very interesting fight.
Rosario, again, is a pretty hard hitter. 10 of his last 13 wins are by knockout. Right. So he will throw hard. He tries to answer there with the right hand. Right. But Williams, again, his punches are so compact, so nice and fluid on the inside, Lennox.
Yeah, they are. And he has to be careful because, it looks like he has a little nick over his left eye. Opening up, and down the line in this fight, it could be effective. Yeah,
wow, you're right,
for him.
Lennox, you're right. There's blood flowing right now. I didn't see. Was that from a punch? Did we see?
Yeah, it was from a punch. It was from a jab.
Wow, interesting. When he turns around, we'll get a better look at that. Williams going to work now, body and head, but there is blood on the left eye of Julian Williams.
Just so you know, he's got a great cut man, Mike Hernandez, in his corner, and he's in. He's wanted by everybody in the corner. He's that good, so he'll take care of it.
And it is affecting him a little bit. You can always tell when a boxer kind of pours at it because it is affecting him.
Yes, he's felt for a few times already. You're right.
Yep.
He has, and Rosario having a little more success here in this last minute, able to land a right hand. Rosario now gaining a little confidence and able to aim for that. It's like a bullseye. He paws at it again, Williams does. The blood over the left eye.
Yeah, and let me just correct myself. It's Mike Rodriguez, not Mike Hernandez. He's a great cut man.
Final seconds here in round 2. Things changing just a bit. We haven't had a good look just yet. We're going to follow him to his corner. Good combination by Rosario. Punctuates round 2. We're going to try to see that eye before we step away.
Is it in the eyelid?
So we'll take a closer look. There it is. We'll back after this on Fox.
His round was 1-1. You hear me?
The referee's calling it by a punch. Benji Estevez is calling it by a punch, Tom.
And you saw Mike Rodriguez there in the corner, cut man, doing the work on Julian Williams, and you see it is on the eyelid. That is a bad spot. It doesn't look terrible. Is that fair to say, Lennox?
Yeah,
it's bad, but it's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it can affect him because what happens, it kind of drips into your eye, and you're aware of it, and like he's aware of it because he's pawing at it. So, and here it is. It was a jab when he was coming in. See, right there, he starts pawing at it, so that's when it happened.
You spotted it, Lennox.
Good call, Lennox.
Right there, absolutely. You saw it.
Now, I will tell you, Mike Rodriguez has got the right medicines in the corner.
Heidi Androl with more in the corner there, Julian Williams. Heidi?
Yeah, just spoke to Mike Rodriguez about that cut. He's told me that is actually likely from old scar tissue. It's opened up, it's moderate. They feel like they should be able to get it under control as long as there's not a headbutt or anything.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Again, Julian Williams through the years in the gym. Good jab there by Rosario, and then a right hand. But he had nearly, 90 amateur fights as well. And at his age, look, you're going to take some punishment, and he has. So it didn't take all that much to open that up.
Yeah, a little bit of a low blow there by Rosario. But I'm going to tell you, Rosario looks really strong tonight.
Yeah, he seems heavy-handed right now.
Yeah, very heavy-handed. He landed a good body shot after a right hand. I'll tell you, with that cut, it's really a disadvantage for J-Rock right now.
And look at the punches landed, too. And again, it doesn't always tell the complete story. However, Rosario outlanding Williams 21-9 in the second round. So things changed in that second round.
Great body shots by Rosario right there. He just put a right-left uppercut right into the belly. And he looks big, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed when he first came in. He looked really big, and I didn't think he was that bigger than J-Rock, but he definitely is in the ring.
Right hand by Williams. Good answer. Williams is focused as well. He's pawing at that cut. He's able to answer and fire off a jab.
Well, let me that right hand that J-Rock landed just made Rosario stall out for a second. That was a beautiful flush right hand.
He took it well, and he came back.
Williams has won 5 straight since his only pro loss. That was a knockout loss to Jamal Charlo, who has since moved up in weight. That was in 2016. But Williams again looked tremendous against Jarrett Hurd back in May. Was able to fight at close range, gain his confidence, actually knocked down Hurd in round 2 with a right and a hook.
See that little counter right hand off of J-Rock's right hand. Rosario's tossing back a quick little counter right hand.
And look, the eye's bothering him. I mean, there's no getting around it. He keeps pawing back at that eye, trying to stop the blood.
And not only that, you know, he's opening his eyes a little bit wider because he can't see. It's definitely affecting his vision.
Right hand there by Williams. Final seconds here in round number 3. Things getting very interesting for the championship of the world at 154.
Oh, and here you see J-Rock. Both of them actually connecting. And Rosario coming back with the left hand after he connected, which is very important. And here's the body punches, both of them. Good uppercut by J-Rock.
All right, here we go. Here's that right hand by J-Rock. That's the one that made it, like I said, made him stall. You can see the body language there. He kind of contorted his body a little bit. That affected him for a second, but he recovered quick and put pressure back on him.
A round and a half. You hear me? Okay, so we prepared for this. We in a fucking fight. That's what we want. Listen. Go to your right a little bit.
You can hear in the corner Stephen Edwards there, and there's a little more urgency now that that cut has developed and that it continues to open up in each round. Williams, though, has been able to stay fluid, is able to throw his hard shots. Round 4 now. World Championship Super Welterweight title on the line. Jeison Rosario, Julian Williams, and again, Jeison Rosario able to open up the cut on that eye with a jab to scar tissue over the left eye of Julian Williams.
And Julian Williams' corner did the right thing. He calmed him down, said, don't worry about the eye. You know we were in here for a good fight. We're going to get a good fight right now. So that was good to calm down Williams. Very important.
Heidi Androl's with Stephen Edwards now. Heidi?
That's right, Breadman. I heard you say, and we just talked about it, don't worry about the eye. It'll calm down in a round or a round and a half. What do you want to see from J-Rock right now?
Just to calm the fight down a little bit. This kid came to fight, so we got a fight on our hands, but this is what we train for. Joe built for this. Don't get caught with nothing stupid. He got to stay nice and calm. And, you know, we got to take this kid in deep waters and start going to his body a little bit. He's a big, strong kid. I knew the kid wasn't nothing to play with, but it's a good fight. It's a good fight. We won the first. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
I think you won the first. All right, Brian, we'll send it back to you. Thanks so much, Stephen.
All right, thank you, Heidi. Look, the good back-and-forth action here as they are fighting at close range. And Joe Goosen, it is interesting what he said. Like, even to a guy as experienced and a world champion like Julian Williams, he has to say, hey, look, we need to calm it down. We've trained for this. We're in a fight. We expected a fight. Well, good right hand by Rosario.
You know, 100% right. But, you know, at the same time that he's saying that, the reality is right now is that Rosario was coming on big time in this round. He landed a nice right-hand double hook earlier, and it just landed another couple more shots. And I'm going to tell you, they are in a fight, and Stephen Edwards knows that. And the cut on the eye is in a really bad spot. It's in the eyelid. It handles the mechanics of the eye, and it's a place where a doctor would most likely stop it sooner than if it was just on the eyebrow.
And Rosario able to target it with that right hand and able to jam it right there with the jab as well. So he's able to locate and hit that spot repeatedly, which is all fair game.
And you saw that right hand by J-Rock, but Rosario came back with a nice right uppercut as a counter. So He's on top of his game right now. He came out of that training camp saying he was 100% better than he's ever been.
Williams now with his mouth open as well. He's doubling up on the jab, throwing the right hand, but do you notice that? His mouth is open. Interesting. I mean, it's early. He's in fine shape, round 4, but sucking in some air right now.
Yeah, Rosario's defense is a little bit lax. He's got to keep it a little bit tighter. Doesn't want to get hit by no silly punches by J-Rock.
So Jeison Rosario with success. A real challenge here to the World Championship. Julian Williams, though, has had his moments as well, has been able to answer. He's been aggressive and able to land probably the best punch of the fight, that right hand. Championship of the world at 154 pounds, back in Philadelphia in a moment.
Bring your right hand back.
There's the cut on Julian Williams. Again, it is problematic. And not only that, Jeison Rosario is having enough success to make it bothersome to actually hit it again and again with a jab and with a right hand, Lennox.
Yeah, because it's offsetting in a sense, because you see a punch coming for your eye, and if he feints, if Rosario feints J-Rock's going to react to it.
Good hard jab there by Williams. Another jab by Williams. It's an interesting fight. Larry Hazard is our unofficial scorer, and he's scoring it so far. We think it seems to be pretty close. Larry, how do you have it scored so far?
Right now, Brian, I got this fight even, 38-38. Listen, Joe, you're right. The reality of it is that Rosario came to fight, okay? And J-Rock, I think he's standing in a straight line. He's right in front of him. He needs to give him some side-to-side movement and get that jab working a little bit more. So right now, I got the fight even after 4 rounds.
Good hard hook there. Larry, thank you so much. Rosario. J-Rock is hurt. He's wobbled. He's trying to hold on. Hard right hand, and you see Williams is badly staggered. Rosario with his chance to win the world title. Jeison Rosario so close to the championship of the world. Williams trying to hold on, and down he goes, trying to clutch.
2 minutes left in the round, too, Brian.
And now that's not a knockdown, but he's going to have to get back up. He just looks in bad shape.
Yeah, he's wobbling. I don't know if he's gonna make it. He's got his wits better get to him pretty fast.
Rosario moves in for the kill.
Benji's
so much time left. His eyes are wobbling, and Benji Esteves, is he stopping it? He stopped it. Jeison Rosario is the super welterweight champion of the world. A stunner here in Philadelphia. They can't believe it in Rosario's corner.
Let me tell you, I told you he can punch with both hands.
You were right.
He's not to be taken lightly.
Watch yourself,
Philly's
guys.
upset right now. Philly is upset.
Watch yourself.
Fans are starting to throw things toward the ring, and I guess in protesting the stoppage. However, Williams' eyes were rolling back in his head. He's not in good shape.
Benji Esteves did the exact right thing. He got up really bad. He didn't get up strong, and I'm talking about J-Rock. And let me tell you something, Rosario was on point and throwing hard punches. You were right. He came 100% prepared.
I told you.
And you did a great job calling that.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Jeison Rosario, 24 years old, is the super welterweight champion now. Again, he's got 2 of the belts. Jamel Charlo has the other belt, but now Rosario is a completely different fighter with a completely different station in this game.
That training camp, I'm telling you, we talked about it. Lennox talked about it. He used to go to Big Bear for a reason, to get away from everybody and everything and concentrate on your work. And that's exactly what Rosario did.
Let's go back through this now, because that was a stunning turn of events.
And here you see Rosario catching him with a right hand, left hand and right hand, staying on him, realizing that he's staggering and trying to finish him right now. Just throwing punches. He's just going for the win. He knows he feels his championship in his grasp right now.
And to your point, Benji Esteves gave him every opportunity to stand back up, because that's a slip, that's not a knockdown. Get back up, but eventually you need to re-engage.
Yeah, but we've seen this in J-Rock before, where he's been stunned by a jab in his past fights, and it was difficult for him to, get back in it.
And you see there Esteves getting closer and closer, and the referee is closest to see a man's eyes, and that right hand, that did it.
Well, that was a hell of a right uppercut left hook that he got hit with, and Benji Esteves did the exact right thing, let me tell you.
Wow, there it is.
It's amazing, Brian, how the worm can turn and how these titles can come and go in a blink of an eye.
Williams, a huge, huge favorite coming into this fight. This was because Hurd did not want the rematch immediately. He needed time to regroup, and so they give it to Rosario, but most people don't give him a chance. And look what he did in that fight.
Yeah. And, you know, another thing that's telling as well, you know, when you're not prepared for a fighter that's coming in new, you know, you don't know who he is. You don't know what he's been doing. But this guy's been training for 16, 15 weeks for this fight.
Yeah, he went
I
to
told
Miami.
you, it's hard to get it, and it's even harder to keep it.
Right. We talked about it earlier. By the way, 2 of the 3 judges had Rosario ahead. We'll have much more on that. But the bottom line here is that shot, that uppercut, and Julian Williams is all but out. There is a new world champion, and it's Jeison Rosario of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Took it by force. He's got 2 of the belts, and we're back after this. Back here in Philadelphia, and back in May, Julian Williams had an answer for everything Jarrett Hurd sent back at him. But he could not tonight fend off Jeison Rosario. Benji Esteves stops it. It appeared to be a very good stoppage. Williams did not know where he was, eyes rolling back up, had taken some very big shots, and there you see the sportsmanship, the new champion, and the champion now removed from this title. And we'll talk to both fighters if we get the chance. Tomorrow, by the way, NFC Championship. Trip to the Super Bowl is on the line. Packers and Niners, the NFC Championship presented by Intuit TurboTax tomorrow, 6 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. So a big day in football, but here a big night in boxing, a leader in the clubhouse for the upset of the year. I know it's early, but that is a stunning result. Let's get that official result in the middle of the ring with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute, 37 seconds in round number 5. Our referee in charge, Benji Esteves, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is the new WBA and IBF Super Welterweight Champion of the World, Jeison "Banana" Rosario.